foremost, I want to give all praises. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, just want to go into a quick lesson, all right, exhortation. I just, the Spirit just hit me, so as you can see, I put up in the title, we're at the end, all right, let's go, get fired up. All right, now, I was watching the live stream that the Elder Menatez Akbar had done. I think it was titled GMS Told You So, something along those lines. All right, dealing with the Revelation 13, 16. And hey, there was some pretty interesting videos and articles he brought out, in the in the stream he was doing. And as I'm looking at these things, I see Dabu7 posted a video dealing with, I think in Detroit, you have people taken to the streets because of all these evictions. You have all these evictions, and they're like, yo, y'all need to chill out because this is not happening. Then you have people up in Texas who now they gotta chill out. Like, they gotta shut down their electrical, which, damn, Cole Yahweh Shai, I think that was a chariot. All right, but they gotta shut down their whole electrical appliances and stuff because they're getting hit with bills, that are off the charts. I think they said some lady got hit with like $11,000 or something, and they can't pay it, so they're like, yo, we got to turn this off. Now going into the articles, that were brought out in the stream, there was one of them was talking about basically implantable microchip inside your body for you to be able to basically trade and use cryptocurrency, which it's now becoming the talk of the town. And now what they did also was that they there was another video where they're going into one, they're saying that you have self-proclaimed Christian prophets that are coming up and proclaiming themselves to be prophets, and this, that, and the third. And then you have another one there, they're saying there's religious conspiracy theories basically about the jab, and people are saying that it's the it's the MOB, all right, which you know what that is. All right, now I'm pretty sure YouTube has started setting algorithms against either saying the MOB, all right, or the Rev 1316, or titling it in your video, because within that news clip that the elder played, you could hear how they're basically saying, look, on TikTok and Twitter and all these different places, it's it was trending, the MOB. So the MOB, and people are saying, oh, it's the jab, it's in the jab. The mob, I'm gonna call it that. The mob is not in the jab. All right, the mob, it's its own separate thing, and it's that chip. Okay, now what they're trying to do is they're trying to dispel, they're trying to completely belittle, destroy, all right, the understanding, all right, or the hesitancy people have against taking the chip when it comes out. Why? Because they're seeing that a lot of people are before they've even pushed it out on a mass scale, a lot of people are already hesitant about taking it because we're telling them that it's it's the mark of the beast and so on and so forth, and you're not supposed to take it. So what are they doing? They're like, look, we need to find a way to bring this out, bring attention to it, but then demonize it, so that when we actually push this chip and these implantable technology inside people and so on and so forth, that hesitancy is going to decrease. So they want to destroy any credibility of anybody that's prophesying. All right, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna basically demonize prophesying. They're gonna make it against the law, or censor anybody that is prophesying, speaking concerning prophecy, because the mob, all right, is a big part of prophecy. And starting with our elders and apostles on down, we've been warning you about it for forever. We always mention it. I know Apostle Zahar, especially, he never misses the opportunity. Other elders and brothers and likewise, but never miss an opportunity all right, to warn you or to, emphasize prophecies that is going to take place. Okay, so here it is. You're seeing all these things happening. You're seeing the devil get ready, to come down as a flood, because what is he going to do now? He's trying to rally a justification for him to put certain legislations in place, all right, for them to put certain internet legislations in place and certain physical legislations in place against people, because now they're putting the term prophets out there, they're putting the term religious out there, and they're putting the mark of the beast prophecy out there, and they're trying to link all of that to conspiracy theories, but they're also trying to link it to like QAnon and stuff like that. Okay, and we know that this is the end time prophecy. This is Matthew 24, Revelation 13, and it's actually here because the technology is here, and now it's just being made common, is being made popular. All right, and Esau is doing that. We're in that part where it says he causeth all. He's fashioning the ways of this world and the minds of these people to get ready to be able to take that thing inside them, to pledge full allegiance onto the beast. Now, here's one thing that I noticed in the news clip as well. The lady, which they brought on there, apparently she's supposed to be some expert, who's going to explain the perspective or the point of view in which those who are saying that the chip is the mob, all right, she's going to explain away what we mean when we say that, right? She's going to explain away what is the mark of the beast, what is it all about, right? So she comes up here and talks about there's a beast that's going to come up, it's going to come at one point, an antichrist and the beast and all that, and he's going to try to put his mark on everybody. First off, you butchered the hell out of it. But when you do that, it basically makes people who aren't familiar with Revelation 13 and 16 and don't know the actual breakdown, it makes them feel as though this is just fairy tales and fables, and people are just over religiously, indoctrinated into it. Now, we understand that the beast is not an actual animal that's going to come up. But a lot of these people out there who either come on the news or, basically come out here and are put on these platforms to come and speak on behalf, all right, of the scriptures, which they're not ordained to do so. But the world esteems them as such. So they might bring certain politicians, certain pastors, certain so-called Christians, to come and speak on the mark of the beast. And these guys will come and tell you, hey, there's going to come a time, and this is where basically fiction meets nonfiction. There's going to come a time where there's going to be a 7-year tribulation, and a big-ass beast with 7 heads and 10 horns is going to pop out of the freaking ground somewhere, and it's going to try to run after anybody it sees and put a mark inside them, and that mark is going to be a tattoo 666 on your forehead. No, that is wrong. And that's going to make people think, oh yeah, these guys are just, believing in fables, so when they say don't take the mark of the beast, well, these guys believe that a freaking beast is going to come out of the earth, so why should we take anything they say seriously? And then they can discredit, the truth that we're bringing out. All right. Now, we know that the beast is the actual power structure. And when you break it down that way, it makes sense. When you break it down the right way, which they're not going to do because they don't want you to actually catch on to them. So when we break it, that's why we're so dangerous, because we make it make sense. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, we make it make sense. We'll explain to you who the beast is. That is not an actual beast, all right? But that is this power structure, the European Union, NATO, all of them working together, and that is the actual beast. So when you put it in terms like that, you let them know, so the mark of the beast is going to be something related to this system, something set up to where in order for you to be a part of this system, to function in society, to be a part of this beast system, like you regularly do your day-to-day activities, you got to take this mark. And it's becoming more and more evident as they mention the Great Reset, as they mention the Fourth Industrial Revolution, as they mention advancing in technology. It's very evident that the monetary system is going to switch to a digitalized version. They're talking about a central bank digital currency. They're talking about a digital dollar, digital wallets, crypto wallet, implantable microchips so for you can buy and sell. That's becoming the shift in this beast system. So when you explain it to them that no, it's not an actual beast coming out to try and tattoo a mark on you, you know, but that instead it's the system, you know, and they're trying to get you to take that chip to be a part of it, to pledge allegiance. Then people are like, oh, I see what you're saying. Then you actually go into the Charagma and the Karax, the delivery system, and the Grapho, and you tie it all in to make it make sense. That is dangerous, you know. That is dangerous because number one, those people that come up on the news sites and come and say this, that, and the third, it makes them look stupid because they're saying this and you like, nah, that's not what it is, you know. So it makes them look very, very dumb. All right, and it gives more credibility to what we're saying, and it makes people more hesitant, you know, because people will rather say, look, I'd rather wait a little bit, or I'd rather not, you know, than to do it and to find out that they were actually right, because they did make some form of sense. And that's the problem that these devils can't have if they want to control the narrative. All right, now going back to the main topic, you know, you're seeing all these things, you know, we're at the end. There's no going back from this. These devils are making their push. All right. So you got to get fired up, man. You know, hey, a part of prophecy, you know, as much as it may not be, it might not be fun, but a part of prophecy is Habakkuk 2 and 3. Though it tarry, wait for it. Now, while you're waiting for it, does that mean you just lose the spirit and just get all depressed and I don't want to do anything with my life anymore because, you know, everything is dragging? No. All right, wait for it, meaning you still putting in that work. Because remember, the it that we're waiting for, all right, is a part of that John 9 and 4, that nighttime when no man can work. You know, because when that it that we're waiting for comes, all the works you've put in, that's all you're going to have to your name. You know, there's nothing else you can do at that point. You just got to, you know, get into it, man. You know, so now that we have the liberty, you know, that we have the ability, you know, we have the mouth to speak. We still have the platform, you know. We still have the, hey, man, it is super easy to do a video, man. In terms of you just get on, turn on your phone, record, if, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, turn your camera on or download one of these streaming apps, you know, and just start recording and just start going through the spirit, man. Breaking down the precepts, going into current events, you know, going into news articles, going into prophecy. There's so much going on, you know, that you can, every day, you can have something to talk about, you know, going into exhortations, you know. So we at the time when Yahushua is about to make his return, he's closer now than he's ever been. And every day that passes, the Lord, guess what? He gets closer and closer, you know, to the planet. He gets closer, and we got closer and closer to the return of the Messiah, to the return of Yahushua. You know, as it says in Luke chapter 1, verse 70, you know, it talks about the prophecy. You know, this is what the prophets have been prophesying of since the world began. And we are at the point where we're about to witness, all right, all those things take place. You know, so this is the time to get fired up. This is the time, because this is like, you know, like we always make that comparison, that fourth quarter, you know, double overtime, you know, double overtime, fourth quarter, you know, you gotta be on fire, man. You know, you gotta do whatever you can do to put in that work, you know, and hope and pray that it's acceptable to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because the time is coming and it's closer now than it's ever been, that we're not gonna have this platform to, you know, to do these works, man. You know, I mean, we're at the point where after this age, you know, after this arc, after this saga, you know, comes the deliverance. You know, and what comes with the deliverance? You know, the kingdom, just blessings on top of blessings. You know, innumerable amount of blessings, man, and that's what we want. You know, that's what we want. So the more you meditate on the kingdom, the more you meditate on how close we are to it, the more you meditate on the day of the return of Yahushai, you know, as the Apostle Tahar coined the year, you know, hastening basically onto the coming of the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So the more you meditate on that, the more you think about that, the more you look forward to that, the more fired up you get. You know, you may be sitting there and you meditate on the kingdom and you get excited so much that you're like, yo, let me go, you know, let me drive the boat. You know, let me go do some work, you know, and add, you know, to where, you know, whatever the case may be, I could do a video or upload a video or read or study or do something, you know, that can increase my chances of, you know, making it on them ships, you know, getting that salvation. All right, now I'm finally here so I can pull up some precepts. All right, because, hey, man, we want that glory, man. We want the deliverance. We want Yahushua to come back. We want righteousness, you know. So the closer we get to it, the happier we get, the more excited we get, you know. And the more, I mean, what don't we have? The Lord has given us everything we need to be able to put in this work, man. You know, we know this is the truth. We have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We have the go-ahead from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We have the faith, you know. We have the knowledge. We have the platform. We got everything, you know. We got the time, you know, and you could always make time. So, I mean, you know, like, what reason wouldn't we have, you know, to get all fired up, man? You got to show the Lord that excitement. You know, like, here it is. You tell your son, like, for example, oh, we going to Disneyland. And your son is just like, oh, okay. I mean, if your son has been asking you, when can we go? When can we go? When can we go? And you finally one day surprise him and say, hey, look, this weekend we going to Disneyland. And he's like, oh, okay, fine. You're going to be on some like, oh, I mean, you must not really want to go then, shit. So whatever I postponed so we can go this weekend, maybe I could just put it back in place, because you don't really seem like you're interested in going, you know. So but if you tell him, hey, we're going to Disneyland, he's so excited that, you know, he's freaking cleaning his room, he's cleaning your room, he's cleaning the bathroom, he's cleaning the kitchen, you know, he's doing his homework, he's passing straight A's in class, he's being respectful, he's doing all of these things. You're gonna be like, yo, it's lit, like, you know, like, I'm gonna, you know, definitely be happy to take him to Disneyland, you know. So that's the spirit you want to be in, because that excitement is gonna fuel your fire of faith, you know. All right, so I'm here. This is the book of John, chapter 9, and verse. All right, this is John 9:4. It says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. And who sent us? All right, for many are called, but few are chosen. So who called us to this work? Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, as a matter of fact, let's go to it real quick. You know, so hey, it's a beautiful thing to have the knowledge that, I mean, we have the knowledge of the gods, if you want to put it that way. You know, because the knowledge we have, the information we know, yeah, you may think it's as simple as typing it on YouTube and watching an elder or a brother break down a scripture to you, and you're like, oh, okay, I got the understanding of it. That's simple to you. But understand that there's something spiritual going on in that process. Something so spiritual to where you don't even notice how spiritual it is, because whatever process you just underwent, somebody else could go through the same process and not understand what it is that's being taught. You know, the Lord has allowed you and opened up your mind to be able to understand and hear and perceive and believe in the knowledge. You know, you got to have a certain spirit, a certain caliber in the mind to be able to believe on this. You know, the knowledge of God is compatible with God's. All right, Psalms 82:6. So, real quick, going back to John chapter 9:4, I must work the works of him that sent me, right, while it is day. So who sent us? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now let's go to the book of Revelation chapter 20. Not 20, Salakia. The book of Revelation chapter 3. Okay. Verse and there's another scripture where the Lord, the scriptures, and I think it's in the book of John, the Lord said, I've ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. Okay. So this is Revelation 3 and verse 20. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. All right. And that was that calling. You first had to hear this word, because before we could, you know, start putting our hands to the plow. All right. What comes first? Hebrews 5:12. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. So you have need that one teach you again. So in Revelation 3:20, when the Lord stands at the door and knocks, he's trying to have you open. Let's read it. All right. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice, now he's referring to the door of your mind, right? If any man hear my voice and open the door, now how are you going to hear the Lord's voice? Are you going to actually hear the physical voice, all right, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? No, you're not, but you're going to hear it through us. Okay, this is the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 20. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Okay, and the Spirit, there's channels that it goes through. Is the Father, Bahashem, in the name of Yahushua, which is the Son, all right, in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. So going back to Revelation chapter 3, verse 20, if any man hear my voice, and how do you hear the Lord's voice? By taking heed to the words of the prophets, right? So if any man hear my voice, and open the door, okay, meaning you open the door of your mind, you accept, you take the time to listen and accept this truth, okay, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. All right. And that supping with you is that Hebrews 5:12. When before you become a teacher, you must first be taught, So Yahushua starts supping with you by first allowing you to understand what is being taught by the men of the Lord. And then eventually you will become a teacher. Okay. And then that's when you're sent, going back to John chapter 9, verse 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day, meaning while we still have the chance to do so, before the famine of the word comes, before the night comes, before the total destruction comes upon this place. All right. It says the night cometh when no man can work. So being that we've been given the chance and the opportunity, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to make sure that we're giving it our all. Whatever chance you get, invest your time, okay, into the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Do that work, man. Okay? Because eating, you're going to be able to eat now. You're going to be able to eat in the kingdom. All right? Women, they're going to be here now. They're going to be here in the kingdom. All right? Things you can do in the flesh, you're going to be able to do it now, and you're going to be able to do it in the kingdom. But to prophesy and to do the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you only going to be able to do it now. You're not going to be able to do it in the kingdom. Okay? So if you have to put a woman aside in this time, you're going to be able to get her back in the kingdom. So you could put her on hold so you could do the work of the Lord. All right? Whatever it is, whatever, a job or whatever the case may be, you can put that on hold. You don't have to invest your time in that. You can put that on hold if it's coming in the way of doing the work of the Lord. Okay, and you do what's most important now, because in the kingdom, whatever you put on hold, you can resume it there, and it's going to be on an even better level. But you cannot resume the work of the Lord in the kingdom. The work of the Lord needs to be done now and now. All right, whether you like it or yes. That asteroid is the blue Kachina. Let me see. Yeah. They are. I mean, but you know what though? That's we already know, because you may do a stream. The brother said they're trying to block the they do that, man. You may do a stream and it may say 0 or 1 or 2 viewers, but then after the stream it says like 50 views. So they try to block it to where you feel like, well, I guess nobody's watching. So I mean, whenever I do a stream, there's only 1 or 2 people. Nobody really watches. So I'm gonna just stop. Hey, what the hell you mean I'm gonna just stop? I'm not. I mean, if you in the right mindset, you like, I'm not doing videos for views. What? I'm doing videos to get my ass on them chariots, man. I don't care if 1, 2, even if it's 0 views. I know that there's always gonna be at least 2 eyes. At least 2 eyes that are watching, and that's Yahweh Yahushai. So I'm like, look, like I do, hey man, even if it gets negative 10 views, if I know that the Lord saw it, that's all that matters, because ultimately they're the ones who are gonna determine whether I make it on the chariot or not. You know, now, but like you said, they are trying to block it. But you know what though? They can only, as the scriptures say, you can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. You know, so in their process of trying to block it, you know, that might lead to somebody who, you know, the Lord wanted to hear it. You know, so it's okay. All right, it's okay. You know, but like I read in John 9, we gotta be in that mindset, man. You know, as Paul said, be fervent in spirit. You know, not slothful in business, okay, but fervent in spirit. You know, that means you gotta be hot. You know, you gotta bring it, man. You gotta be hot and heavy and ready at all times, man. All right, you gotta be ready at all times. Now, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. It says, what then? Oh, matter of fact, hold up. Let me start at verse 4. It says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Now that's seven is it means completion. So that's really a complete number, all right, representing the elect. All right, and it's not just specific men, all right, but it's just the elect as a whole that are not gonna be able to bow to Baal, meaning they're not gonna be down with the system. They're not gonna worship the beast. They're not gonna take the mark of that beast, right? So it says, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Okay, so if you're of the elect, then according to the election, you were chosen. All right, you were chosen. It wasn't that you were by chance. You know, the Lord said, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, all right, boom. No, you were chosen not by lot, but the Lord is very specific on how he does things, you know. So if your spirit is of the elect, then he chose you to do this, man. So, I mean, that alone should excite you. You know, you think about, oh, there's billions of people on this planet Earth. You know, I could have been a Moabite. I could have been a Hamite. I could have been a freaking Cushite. You know, damn, you know, I could have been an Ammonite. I mean, man, they plain as hell. You know, they plain as hell. You know, could have been a wild Ishmaelite. You know, I could have been any of this. But no, I was an Israelite. The Lord made me an Israelite. But even more specifically, all right, of the Lord willing, the Israel of God. You know, so think about it. Of all the people, because the remnant, the elect, although it's an innumerable multitude, if you compare it to how many people there are on the planet, that is a very few number. All right, it's a very, very small number. Okay, so it says here, what did I have? Romans 11, continuing at verse 6. And if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. Right? So, of course, the elect are going to be delivered by grace, you know, because it's going to be through the mercy of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that they're going to be delivered. Not because they worked so hard for it and they deserved it, but because the Lord had mercy. Now, it says, and if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. All right. So it's either one or the other. Now, does this mean that you sit there and you say, well, it's by grace, so I ain't going to do shit. You know, I'm just going to sit there and I believe, I understand the truth, so I'm going to just keep it at. The Lord said what? To him that, roughly paraphrasing, if you don't have, the Lord is going to take from you that which you have. So if he gave you this knowledge and you're going to sit there and say, well, it's by grace, not by works, so I ain't going to do shit, I'm going to just sit here and just rock it out, he's going to take whatever he has from you. You know, he's going to take even that away from you. Whatever it is, the knowledge, the truth, the name, he's going to take that away from you, man. So your works do contribute, because the scriptures say that I have believed, therefore I have spoken. You know, because you can show your belief through your works, through your actions. You know, if somebody tells you, yo, I don't know, run 50 meters down the block and I'll give you $1 million. How do you show that you believe him? You gonna run 50 meters down the block, and that's how you show you believe him. So the works, the action you just did right there solidifies whether you believe what he said or not. Because if you don't believe him, you ain't gonna do it. You can say, oh yeah, nah, I believe you, but you're not running. So that doesn't really, so he's looking at you like, I mean, I guess you don't want the $1 million or, however much the amount is, right? So it says, verse 7, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. And Lord willing, we don't get blinded, all right? But speaking as of now, we, all right, are not of those that are blinded. We are of those that are blessed with the eyes to see, as the Lord said, to them it is not given, but to you, it is given to understand the mysteries, So there's some Israelites that the Lord has blinded, and he specifically said, I blinded them so they wouldn't get it, So here it is, that we're at the end of the world, and you got Jake in all these different categories. You got Jake that know they're Israelites, but they're not teaching the right thing, whether it's through pride or just deception. You got Israelites that don't even know what's going on. You got Israelites that are just in the loop, just going along with the flow. You got Israelites that know what they got to do. They know they're Israelites, but they're just not doing it. All right? And you just got people that are just out there being flat out wicked in the world. And then you have the elect who are doing what they got to do. All right? And of all those different ways you could have fallen, the Lord had it to where you doing what you got to do. You doing what's pleasing to him. That is something to be grateful for. And if you continue in good works, you continue like that, all right? Be not weary in well-doing. If you continue like that, guess what? Your Lord is going to come back. As a matter of fact, let's go to that. Damn, do I remember where this is at? I know it's in Revelation. Let's see. The Lord said what? Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Yep, Revelation 22 and 12. Matter of fact, let's go up to verse 10. It says, and he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. For the time is at hand. Right? Seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. So we are at the time where the prophecies in this book are about to come to pass. We are living in a time, I mean, this was 2,000 years ago. All right, 2,000 plus years ago. And the whole, setup of the scriptures was even longer than that. I mean, when you read in the book of Ezra, Ezra was complaining. I mean, he what 2,500 plus years or so, and Ezra was complaining, like, damn, Lord, how long we gonna be in this condition? When cometh the fruit of our reward? Why we gotta be under these conditions? Ezra was mourning. Ezra was upset. He wanted to be delivered right then and there. But he still, the angel told him, look, there's a certain amount of seed that needs to be fulfilled in you. That means there's still a certain amount of times you got to be back on the earth before this thing can get popping, man. So don't haste above the Most High. Let me see, Lord willing, I can get that real quick. Let me Salakia. Let me just this guy will move. So guess what? All that time, Ezra was waiting, amongst many other prophets. Well, we at that time when we're about to, receive the benefits, all right, of all of that. All those years, all the different times we've been, we've come back in the incarnations, and we've had to prophesy to these disobedient ass people, these people who want to kill us. Oh, hold on, let me see. You're not moving?
I'm not moving right now. I'll move at 8.
At 8? Okay, all right.
So maybe you can park here.
I'll wait.
I'm trying to find my phone.
It's okay, I'll wait. All right, let me just pull up back here. At 8. Damn, bro. That's a whole hour. I don't know about all that. But Salaki, as I was saying, so this reward that's coming with Yahushua, All right, it's something that we've been waiting for since the beginning. Since, as a matter of fact, since Adam fell off. You know, since Adam fell off, we've been trying to get back to this state. You know, and the Lord is finally coming back to restore us to the state, to give us new bodies, to make us what? Perfect. You know. So I mean, this is, so of course you got to be excited. Of course you got to be fired up, man. You know, the Lord is coming back, and He's fired up. So He's expecting to come and see people that are fired up. Okay. Shalom, shalom. Let's see what brothers got on here. Yep. Revelation 13 and 16. The shine floor doctrine. It says, the Shing floor. It's lucky I can't really see the name, but it says Revelation 13 and 6. So then, because thou art lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. The Lord don't want nobody that's lukewarm in his mouth. You know, around him. You know, weakness. The Lord hates weakness, man. You know, the Lord, because you don't have an excuse to be weak, especially in this truth. And in the times, threshing floor doctrine, the water. All right. The Lord does, he's looking at you like, what's up with this cat? You know, like, what's up with you? What do you don't see what's going, are you blind? Or you just don't see what's going on? You know, you say you want the deliverance. You say you want this, that, and the third. Well, what you waiting for? The Lord is like, I'm willing to give you everything. You know, I just want some of your time. I want that sacrifice. I want to see that desire. You know, I want to see that passion. You got to show me that you want it. You know, now, of course, given you're not going to be on fire 24/7, you're going to have your days, your moments. All right. But you want to maintain a level of productivity where it's pleasing to the Lord. You know, that you want to at least maintain some level of productivity, to where your channel is not like a dry ass, you know, area where, you know, the sheep come and they can't find anything. You know, you gotta constantly be producing some form of content. You know, hey, the Apostle Gabar does that daily edification. You know, daily. So you constantly getting something to fill you in the spirit daily. You know. But if you're being lukewarm, you know, you're not keeping that fire going. You know, guess what? When you have food that goes lukewarm or cold, there's certain hot foods that you got to eat it hot, or else you're not really eating the food. It doesn't, you know, it's just like, you know. So certain foods, you just got to get it hot. Now, once that food starts going lukewarm, what do? You reheat it, because you don't want it lukewarm. You don't want it cold. You want it hot. You know, so you reheat it, because ain't nobody want to eat no cold I don't know, freaking cold rice or cold chicken or cold stew. You know, who the hell is trying to eat that? You know, imagine that. You know, you put something in the microwave, you know, maybe like a piece of chicken you put in the microwave, and then you take it out and you bite into it, and the outside may be a little warm, but the inside is freaking cold as hell. You gonna, whoa, hold up, and you're gonna put it back in there, because you ain't gonna, oh man, this is tasty. You know what I'm saying? I love the freezing center of that chicken. That shit just, no. All right. That's right. Prince of Yahweh, John 8 and 47. He that is of Yahweh heareth Yahweh's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of Yahweh. All right, of the Lord. You know, and the scriptures say, if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. You know, so we're not lost. We are found. You know, we have found the ways. Matter of fact, let's go to it. We have found the ways of the ancient. We have found the path which Moses was on. We found the path which King David was on. The path which Yahushua, Peter, John. We found that path. We found that truth. We found that doctrine. We found that God who was leading them and performed all these miracles. We found them. You know, the world ain't find them. They don't care. We care. We found them, and the scriptures say on their part he is evil spoken of, but on our part he is glorified. So we found him, and we happy as hell. So matter of fact, since I'm here, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. And all that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. And we're not trying to die, are we? We're trying to live, you know? It says, verse 2, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. So you want to be enlightened. You don't want to be walking around ignorant of things. You know, you want to be circumspect, but you want to know things. And here's one thing, man. We got true knowledge, you know, true knowledge that you should be desirous of getting more, you know, because having the true knowledge, you may think, oh, he's just learning the Bible. But then you wonder, how the hell do you know so much about everything else? How do you know what's going on geopolitically? How do you understand, you know, the stock market? How do you know history or geography? You know, how do you know mathematics? You know, 3 score. What is 3 score? You know, a lot of these people in these churches don't even know. It's something as simple as that. If you say 600, 3 score and 6, how do you get 666 from that? Well, you got the 600, and then there's the 3, and then the score, which you put it together and you get 39, but then you got to subtract the 3 from the 9, and then you get a 6, and then you subtract it again and you get another 6. That's it don't make up some BS, man, because they don't even understand that. So people think that reading the Bible or understanding the Bible is simply a matter of just I read or I watched the story about Moses in Egypt, and I know the Bible is just stories. No, you actually have to study, man. 2 Timothy 2:15. You have to study. If you want to understand the contents of this book, these are real events. So you have to study things, man. You know, you got to study the verbiage. You got to study words. You got to study people, you know. So there's much more to this book and to understanding this book than people think. And as you learn and grow more in it, you'll notice how the way you interact with people is different. The way they interact with you is different, you know. As where back when you were in the world, you may have not gotten something, or you may have gone about it the wrong way. Now you know how to go about it the right way. And it's so easy, you know. It's easy for you to be able to understand certain people and see through certain people. It's easy for you to avoid being in hazardous situations because the Spirit of the Lord is protecting you, you know. So, hey, yeah, we catch hell, you know, we go through BS here and there, but it's also good to be thankful for the things that we're shielded from, to be thankful for the blessings that we've gained, you know, to be thankful for the things the Lord has given us, the things we have because we're in this truth, you know. Because if you continue to dwell on the negatives and letting your sins weigh you down, what's going to happen if you get weighed down? You're going to be brought down. All right? Yeah, we know this isn't our world. We know this isn't our kingdom. But what else do we know? That our kingdom is coming right after. So we're going to chant down Babylon. All right, Salakia. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute, but let's keep reading here. Baruch 4, continuing at verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. All right. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. You know, so if you know, think about it, right? So think about it. You got Islam, and Christianity. You got Christianity, right? But even in that, you have different denominations. You have Baptist, Methodist, Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, the evangelical. Whatever. You have Catholics. You know, you have so many different denominations that each have their own way of doing things, and they're all looking for that one power. All right. Some of them are just in it just to be in it, but each of them have that belief where they believe this is the way that's going to lead me to the Most High. You know, you have different people believe praying this many times a day. People believe doing certain customs and doing this is going to be what's pleasing to the Lord. It's going to be what's going to lead you to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, but we know the true way. We know the true and living power. We know he exists. We know who he is. And even better, We know what he requires. We know what's pleasing to the Lord. We know what we have to do. We know our purpose, you know? So in knowing that, that gives us an edge over everybody else, number one. But number two, that's more reason for us to get fired up, because we're like, yo, hold up. We know the Most High. We know why he put us on the earth. We know what we got to do. We know the directions. We know the instructions. And it's as simple as doing it, but not just doing it, but doing it to the best of your ability. All right? It says, "Oh, Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us." Why? Because when you please the Lord, I mean, you just get blessed in beyond abundance, man. All right? Beyond abundance. I'll give you an example. King Solomon, you know, the Lord said his prayer for wisdom, you know, pleased the Lord so much that he gave him everything else. So you see what happens when you please the Lord? Good things happen. All right, it says, verse 5, "Be of good cheer, O my people, the memorial of Israel." So you got to be of good cheer, man. You know, now from there, we're going to jump, and we're going to close it out in here to Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. All right, it says, "For I knew," because we're at the point of the restoration. You know, we are at the restoration of our nation, you know, where we're going to be placed back on top. Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, you know, the government, the Lord's government is going to be put above, you know, all these governments. We're going to be raised up, put in a high state, you know. We're going to be made gods and rulers of the planet. Matter of fact, even beyond that, of all creatures that exist, we're going to have dominion over them, you know, under Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. And we're in that process right now. And nothing is going to be able to touch or harm us, man. The Lord is going to preserve us. Okay? Because we are the future kings. We are the future rulers. So just like the people in the kingdom protect the prince or the heir, you know, so that he may grow up to fulfill his lot. Guess what? The Lord is going to protect us that we may fulfill our lot. All right? So it says here, Baruch chapter 2, verse 30, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." Our punishment is over. All right? Our iniquity has been accomplished. Okay? Our labors are finally about to be over, and we're about to reap those benefits. No more captivity. No more being under somebody and having to serve the Most High under their conditions. No more having to fight with each other and all this extra madness. No, finally we get peace. You know, it's our turn. Okay? It's our turn to give the orders. We tired of taking orders. You know? It's our turn to get the best of everything, not the leftovers. You know? It's our turn to you know, to reap the benefits. You know? To be looked at in admiration, not in disgust. You know? To be comfortable being alive, not being afraid. You know? Not to have to be desperate just to try and survive in a piece of, you know, messed up world like this. No. You know, to be able to have the opportunity to wake up in the morning and be happy that you're waking up in the morning, you know, and not have a care or a worry in the world. It's our turn for that, right? So it says, "They shall remember themselves," and that is the beginning of us reaching that high peak, man. You know, so you thinking about you like, yo, man, that's all these things the Lord is bringing. Shit, I'm excited. You know, so what did the Lord say I got to do? All right, let me go and do that. It says, verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. And that's what we're doing. All right. Verse 33, "And return from their stiff neck," we're going to repent, "and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord." We're gonna realize, okay, that great falling away. Why? You know, why, how we fell to this state, you know, and what we should and should not do. Okay. It says, verse 34, "And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished." All right. So this captivity we're in, which is at an end, all right, is the last captivity we're ever going to be in. All right, we're not gonna be driving this. We're gonna be up in chariots, man. You know, above the ground. You know, we're gonna, I mean, the flyest of the flyest clothes. You're not gonna be sitting here watching HSN and you looking at it and they showing the jewelry and you're like, damn, that thing looks good. You know, you typing in Google Images, looking at it, and you just imagining. No, we're gonna get the best of the best. You know, and plus the things you see now that look good, that's on a low level, man. The reason it looks good is because you haven't been exposed to anything better. You know, so the things right now, the mansions and the cars and things, it looks good, you know, being rich and but this is nothing, man. This is nothing compared. We gonna see what good actually looks like, you know, in the kingdom, and we're gonna have access to it. All right. So it says, verse 35, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. All right. And that's the end of it. Okay. So keeping that in mind and knowing that this is what the Lord has in plan for us, you know, that he wants to deliver us. He wants that family reunion back, you know, and he wants us to be in a glorified state. And that's it. No more going off. No more falling down. And we ain't going to be prophesying in the kingdom. None of that. We're just going to be enjoying what we were supposed to have, all right, through the first Adam. We're going to get through the last Adam, which is Yahushua. And we're going to keep it that way, okay? Because that is the spirit and that is the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, you know? And yeah, it's going to be lights off for Esau Edom, man. So, hey, man, like I said, we at the end, all right, the end of this thing, which means we're closest now than we've ever been to the kingdom, to Yahushua's return. So we want to be excited to welcome the Lord. You know, we want to get, you know, get all up in it, man. You know, get on fire, do whatever it is, man. You know, you're not doing videos, start doing videos. You know, if you're doing videos, start studying more so you can do more videos, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, pray for the Lord to put the spirit on you. You know, so whatever he needs you to do, you can do that in abundance to the best of your ability. You know, now don't go crazy, burn yourself out, but, you know, just find the balance in between, you know, and just stay on point, man. Because evil days are coming, but stay on point because the Lord said, even through those evils, he's going to deliver us. All right. So with that, I'm ended off here. Lord willing, you were edified. The water for tuning in, the water for the precepts. And may Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barak Thumb to you all. Call hello, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.